I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car.
Hey everyone, in the beginning of this video, you will see that I mentioned I'm doing 3 snacks that even I can eat. But hang tight. All the way through, I thought of a 4th one. So you're actually going to get 4 snacks. So just disregard when I say 3. There's actually 4. Hey everyone, welcome to the Farm and Pastor's Wife and welcome to my kitchen. If you're new here, I'm so glad you're here. And if you're back, I'm so glad you're here as well. So if you haven't hit subscribe, I would love for you to do so. We want you to be a part of the Farm and Pastor's Wife family. Be sure to hit that bell notification so you'll be alerted anytime I upload a video because you don't want to miss it. Sometimes there's lots of bloopers involved. But anyway, today I'm doing some snacks that even I can eat. Now, what do I mean by that? I normally cook just regular food because I think that's what my channel was built on. That's what it revolves around, and so I continue to do so. However, I can't always eat those things because I am on a different lifestyle as far as low carb. Someone mentions, why do I mention on the videos that I'm on a diet or a different lifestyle? And it's because I want people to understand why I don't necessarily maybe taste it or why I don't eat a lot of it. So I feel like I have to give that explanation. But today's video is going to be all snacks that I can eat that really anybody can eat, because whether you're low carb or not, they're going to be absolutely delicious. But first, you'll notice I don't have on any makeup. I'm dressed and ready, but I don't have makeup on. That's because this morning I'm headed to the eye doctor for them to teach me how to to put in contacts and all that good stuff. So I'm a bit nervous, but we're going to try this out. I'm going to try my best to do contacts. So I didn't put on makeup because if anybody is going to have something happen, it would be me. A flake of mascara or something would go in my eye. So they didn't tell me not to wear makeup. I just chose not to do that on my own. Also, while we're out, we're going to make that field trip that I had planned to make the other day and the place was closed. It's the place where they sell some healthier sweets and so forth. So we're going to go in there and see if we can get in and see what kind of goodies they have and maybe purchase a few for those moments when I have an intense sweet tooth craving. So, and then we're going to come back and we're going to make some delicious snacks. But first, well, I'll show you when we get back. I want to show you one that you can buy in a bag that I think I have found is absolutely probably my favorite thing in the world right now. The bag is almost empty, but I want to show you the bag. So anyway, I'll do that when we get back. So first, let's head to the eye doctor. Well, guys, look at my eyes and you can see how that went. Actually, I can see really good with them. Hang on, I'll talk to you in a minute. Okay, so let me show you what I got at my little field trip place. And then I'll get the camera off my eyes so you don't have to look at my eyes. Let me tell you, they were so super sweet. They were so patient with me. I can see wonderfully. I just struggled getting them out. And it took me forever. My eyes got really irritated. And but the girls there were amazing. Dr. Headley's office, you've got to go see them. They are wonderful. They were so sweet to me, so sweet to me. And, but I knew I'd be a problem patient. But I got them. I mean, it took me a little bit to get them in, but then once I got them in, I could get them in pretty easily. It was the getting them out that's a problem. So they're in right now. We'll see if they come out. Don't know. But let me show you what I got at my little goodie place that I can get delicious sweet treats that are fairly healthy for me. First, I bought some Swerve, and I needed the powdered sugar kind, so I grabbed some of that. I got 2 chocolate chip muffins, and let me tell you, these are delicious. So I got 2 of those. This is amazing right here. This is maple bacon cake with cream cheese frosting. There's bacon in it. Oh, y'all, I've had this. It is absolutely delicious. And I got a strawberry. Haven't had her strawberry cake. So I'm going to put these in the freezer for when I have an intense craving and I don't have anything made. But today we're going to make, it may not be today because I got to go put some makeup on to hide these red eyes. And so I may not put makeup on today since I'm still working on getting them out, taking them out. So it's probably best I not put makeup on. But I'm going to put this in the freezer. Oh, let me show you guys. Hang on. I know a lot of you know that when you're watching your carbs, one of your go-to snacks that you can buy on at the grocery store is pork rinds. And, you know, if you're like me, I get tired of pork rinds. But I purchased these. They are the golden cracklings. The golden cracklings. And, I mean, it's almost gone. And I don't even have a good example. But it's kind of got, the other ones are real, the cracklings are super hard. These aren't near as hard. There's this kind of a crispy edge. And then this part is just like melt in your mouth delicious. It's like, oh, it's soft. The outside is kind of that crispiness. These are by far my favorite. It's Max brand, and it's called Golden Cracklings Butcher's Cut Double Cooked. You can find these. Get them. They are good. Okay, I'm going to make, Bryant has a doctor's appointment, so I don't know how much I'm going to get done before he has to be at his appointment. But we're going to mix together 2 different meatballs. We're going to do sausage balls, and we're going to do a bacon cheeseburger ball. And we're going to get them in the freezer. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I have time to mix at least one of those up before we have to go to his doctor's appointment. So I'll be back with all the ingredients in just a second. It's weird seeing me with no glasses, isn't it? Especially with these red eyes. But, okay, we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, everybody, we'll get this one done. And you'll see me with non-red eyes before this video's ended because we've got several to make. So this will be a multi-day probably. Although I could do it all in one day if I hadn't had so many appointments this morning and then this afternoon. So, all right, let me get you turned down here. I've got a pound of hamburger in here. I'm going to put a half a cup of bacon pieces in. I'm going to put 3/4 of a cup of cheese. Now, I got this idea from Laura Spath. She has her own YouTube channel. She is a well-known carnivore, and so this was one of her treats, and I thought, well, that looks like something I could eat. So also I'm going to add in a half a cup of pork rinds, ground up pork rinds, and an egg. And the reason I'm wearing gloves is because I don't know when I'm going to like stick my fingers to my eyes. So I don't want stuff. And we're just going to mix this till it's all mixed together. So our sausage ball is going to be very similar, of course. It will not be fully carnivore. Like this is fully animal products here. The sausage balls is more keto, but I guarantee you, I know for a fact because I've had them before, I've made them before, they're as good, if not better, than traditional sausage balls. In fact, I have learned to love them better. Let me just say, I've only made them once, so it didn't take long to realize that I think they're just as good, if not better, than. So I have a cookie sheet with a piece of parchment, and I'm just going to take a big cookie scoop, and I'll scoop out the balls, and then I'll go back and round them up. And we'll get these in the freezer, and then we'll freeze a bag full of them. And we'll just make them as we want them. I don't know what supper is going to look like for us today. I had planned on having these and the sausage balls for supper, but I don't know that I'm going to get everything made. And I don't want them just, if I'm eating them for supper, I want them with something else. But now for snack, it would be just these. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when we have them. But I guarantee we'll bring you along for it. I'm also going to make two of the meatballs, the sausage balls, and these bacon cheeseburger balls. But then I'm going to make a sweet treat, and it's one of these viral things that's been going crazy on TikTok. And do y'all have gnats? I have gnats, and they're driving me crazy. I don't have any fruit going bad in the house. Nothing. And I notice them everywhere, even at restaurants. So it must be like a plague of gnats. But anyway, it's one of those viral things that you see on TikTok, but I understand it is quite good. I don't usually fall into the gimmicky type recipes, but I understand that this one is going to be good and is good. So I'm going to give it a try, and I'll tell you if I think the TikTok hype is worth it. I'll tell you my thoughts on it. All right, I'll bring you back in just a minute. One snack down is headed to the freezer. 2 more to go. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, everyone. So I have taken my contacts out for the day, and that is the hardest part for me to figure out how to do. So if you guys know any tricks, let me know down below. I can get them in, no problem. It's getting them out. And then my eyes turn beet red because I've been digging in my eyes, and yeah, getting them out is a problem. But it's okay. I will get used to it. I know. Okay, so now we're moving on to snack number 2. And I'm going to get it ready. I'm going to put it in the freezer just like I did the meatballs. Then we'll probably wait till tomorrow and make the sweet treat or snack. And then we'll cook it all up, make a plate of all 3 items, and see where we're at. So y'all, I was telling you about the gnats being so bad around here and in here and everywhere I go. It was so funny when I went to the drugstore to get the solution for my eyes, my contacts. The CVS had them. I mean, they are absolutely everywhere. I'm chewing and just, it's awful. I'm going to have to fix my vinegar and Dawn dish detergent concoction to get just a little bit of some relief here. So, okay, we're going to look here. I've got a pound of breakfast sausage. I'm going in with a 1.5 cups of almond flour. I'm going in with a 1.5 cups of cheese. And I'm going to go in with a tablespoon of baking powder. Now, how would I figure out how many carbs these have? Well, just since from when I've made them before, I think I'm giving them about 1 carb per ball, I think, or maybe a 1/2 carb. Maybe it's 1/2 carb per ball. But what I would do is I would take up all the carbs and all these ingredients, figure out how much I used, and put in all these ingredients. And then when I got all my sausage balls out, I would divide that into the total carbs and find out how many carbs were in each ball. So that's how I would do it. I probably won't do that just because I've made these before, and I'll keep it when I snack on these. I will definitely use this in a way that I don't overuse it. So, but if you're wanting to know, just add up all your ingredients, figure it up. I think the carbs are per 2 tablespoons of almond flour. So then I would figure out how many tablespoons are in a cup or a half a cup or whatever. And then I used 1.5 cups. So I would figure out how many tablespoons I had divided by 2. And then whatever, multiply it times how many carbs were in a serving. Then I would, if there was any carbs in the cheese, the sausage, I would just keep adding it all together. And then once I got all my sausage balls scooped out, I would divide that total by how many sausage balls I have, and that would give me how many carbs. I don't plan on doing that, but I might do that if I have time tonight. I'm gonna sit down in a little bit. Bryant's gonna, I don't know, he's doing something on the farm right now, so I may figure that out for us. So we'll see. All right. In fact, I will. I'll figure that out for us and see how much we have. If the carb count is negligible, I probably won't count it, but we'll see. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get a parchment lined sheet and scoop them out and get them in the freezer. All right, these are going out to the freezer right now. Well, it is the next day and I do not have my contacts in yet. First, let me just say, if you are proficient and you are a professional at putting, well, I think I can get them in okay. It's taking them out that I have a problem with. So putting contacts in and taking them out, leave me some comments and let me know what to do. Yesterday, I was supposed to wear them 4 hours. However, we were at the doctor's office for Bryant's knee when they were supposed to come out. So I had to wait till I got home. So it took me a while. I got them really bad and irritated. I did put some ointment in my eye last night just to replenish any moisture that had been removed. And today my eyes are, they're not red anymore, or they're not as red. But they're kind of sore. So I'm going to wait a little bit longer before I put them in, or attempt to put them in. It's when I say attempt, I mean attempt. Okay, so on to our sweet snack that I can have. Y'all have been patient long enough. We have kind of done a day in the life of with these snacks. So, all right, cottage cheese has definitely had its day in the limelight, right? Well, I have not jumped on that bandwagon until I saw this recipe. So I'm going to grab everything I need, only 3, well, possibly 4 ingredients, because I think I am going to put some pecans in it. So let me grab everything I need. I'll meet you back right here, and we're going to put this cottage cheese thing to the test. So my friend Stephanie at church gave me this recipe, and I'm tweaking it just a little bit, only because, and I ought to make it her way first, but anyway, I'm going to tweak it. Just because I think I want it a little bit sweeter. There's no added sweetener to her recipe. She just uses the milk chocolates, and that's what sweetens it. I do think I am going to add, just because I like a sweet, this is fudge, by the way, and I do like a sweet fudge. Okay, so let's just go over what I'm using. I'm using some cottage cheese, and I'm going to try my best to figure out the net carbs for this as well. I'm going to use a bag of Lily's milk chocolate chips. I've got a few pecans here. I'm probably just going to use 1/4 cup. And I have a tablespoon of powdered Swerve, the confectioner's sugar powdered Swerve. Okay, so let's get this thing started. I'm kind of excited. I know cottage cheese has been in a heyday lately, so we're going to see how this goes. All right, I'm going to use my food processor. And I'm going to use a cup and a half. Make sure that's on there. Cup and a half. So there's a cup. And there's a half. Now I'm going to blend this real fast before I get my chocolate chips to melting. I'll melt those in the microwave, but I want to get this blended up first. I'm going to go ahead and add my, I don't think I'm going to add all of that. I'm going to add half of that. This was 1 tablespoon, so I think I'm going to add half a tablespoon. Oh goodness, hang on. There we go. I was starting it over, sliding it over too far. All right, power on, and we're gonna puree. All right, I'm going to just take a spatula and scrape down the sides because I want to be sure everything's getting chopped up or mixed up. I know probably a Ninja Bullet or whatever. I'm going to go just a little bit longer because I don't want any chunks in this at all. It's almost there. Almost there. All right, so now I'm going to go melt in the microwave 30 seconds at a time these Lily's milk chocolate chips. I'm going to use this whole bag, 7 ounces. So I'll be back in just a minute when I have these melted and ready to go in. All right, so as you can see, they're not completely melted, but I'm getting them out, and then when I stir them, they will all melt down into what is already melted. I'd rather under melt it than to over melt it. So I'm just giving it a stir here. And we're going to take this lid off. And we're going to add this deliciousness right into our food processor. And I am using the milk chocolate, but you could surely use semi-sweet or whatever flavor you prefer. She actually has, I think she has peanut butter. There is white chocolate chips. And these are very keto friendly. All right, so lid back on. I don't know why I want to start it so far over. Oh, y'all, that looks so good. I got to give it a little bit of a taste here. That is good. I think I'm going to add a little bit more of the sweetener. I think we're going to add all the sweetener in. All right. We're going for another round here. All right. So I'm going to take the blade off and I'm going to scrape everything off. And we're going to stir it again because we got to add our nuts in. I just want to be sure I'm getting all this goodness, y'all. Don't leave none of that. And there's some actual chocolate up here that didn't get mixed in. All right, let's put that over there. And I'm going to take 1/4 of a cup. Had to lick my finger. I'm going to take 1/4 of a cup of these chopped nuts, just because that gives me a good way to measure as far as carbs. And we're just going to mix those in. I'm having to mix around the thing in the center. Okay. This is going to be delicious. I don't know who started thinking about the cottage cheese in this arena, but we're gonna see how it works. Okay guys, I've got a small pan. I think it's probably the equivalent of an 8x8, although this is not a square pan, it is rectangular. But as far as amounts, I have a feeling it's equivalent to a 8x8. I probably should have added more pecans, but I wanted to keep it simple on figuring out carb count. So y'all tell me, is this what it's supposed to look like? I've never done this. Now, my friend likes hers in the freezer. I probably like mine in the refrigerator. I don't think it sets up unless you get it cold, like normal fudge does. But, so I'm just going to take a minute and spread this out the best I can, because we want to know how many servings we have, or how many pieces we can make out of this, in order to find out how many carbs each piece is going to have. So I'm trying to get this spread out as evenly as possible. All right. All right, there she is. So let me just taste this. Maybe. Pretty good. Still not quite as sweet as I would have liked it. But I could sprinkle on confectioner sugar on the top. And I'm using the Swerve, so it's 0 carbs. Yep. All right, so this is going in the refrigerator. I'll see you back when I make my snack plate. And we see how all 3 of these snacks work out for us. So, all right. I'll see you back in just a little bit. So when I started this video, I said it was going to be 3 snacks that even I could eat. Well, guess what? I've thought of a 4th. So we're going to make one more. One more that's really makes me excited. Actually, all of these make me excited. I'm a little iffy on the fudge. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but this is going to be good. Okay, so what we're making is going to be deviled eggs. And I'm going to show you how I make them. Now, I have already boiled my eggs. And what I do when I boil eggs is I bring the water to a boil. I then put the eggs in carefully with a slotted spoon or whatever. Set the timer for 12 minutes, and that is perfect for me. My husband does it differently. He puts the eggs in cold water, turns the burner on, sets the timer for 20 minutes. So we just do it differently, but we actually have the same outcome. We don't get the green ring. We never have that green ring on our eggs, so it's actually works out well either way. So I'm going to cut this board. I did 8 eggs. And I'll show you how beautiful these are. See, no green ring anywhere. So, hang on. My finger was covering it up. So, yeah, that's how beautiful. So, all right, let me get you turned down here. Sorry. Hang tight. Okay, and you can take a spoon and pop the yellow out, but I find it just easier to turn it upside down and just kind of push with your thumb a little bit. Just push with your thumb and that yellow just pops right out. I'll show you one more time. I just cut the egg in half. Beautiful egg right there. And I just pop with I just take it and hold the white with my fingers, and then take my thumb and just push a little bit, and the yellow pops right out. Okay, I'm going to keep doing that. I'll bring you back when I get them all done. All right, so now I'm just going to take a fork and break these yellows up just a little bit. I'm going to grab a spoon. I may have to open another jar of mayonnaise, but we'll see. And I don't know how to give you measurements. We're just going to eyeball this. I'm actually going to finish this jar off, which is probably 2 tablespoons. And I may have to get out, in fact, I'm pretty sure I'll have to get out another jar of mayonnaise. I do believe so. But let's go ahead and give it a little squirt of mustard, a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of mustard, depending on what you like. Now, Bryant's family, I think, just does mustard mayonnaise, and he says they do vinegar. I don't know. But, I don't like that. I mean, that's not what I grew up with, so that's not what I like. I like sweet pickle relish in mine. So, with me watching carbs, that is almost impossible until, that was pepper, going in with a little bit of salt, Redmond's real salt, until I realized Mount Olive made no sugar added sweet relish. It's 0 carbs. So I had to make sure I was telling you right. Yep, 0 carbs. Let me get some more mayonnaise before I add that in. All right, let's add a little more mayonnaise. I want to add maybe another tablespoon. That's a good tablespoon right there. That should be plenty. All right, let me give it a little, give it with my finger. I believe it needs a little more mustard. All right, so 2 teaspoons of mustard. And I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple scoops of, actually, Daniel, he works here on the farm. I know he does not like vegetables, and I don't think his family put that in, so let me give it one more taste. I think that's good. So I'm gonna fix him 2. I'll do these 2 on this end. I'll do these 2 with no pickle relish. And that way he can have, I'll do 3. These 3 on the end have no pickle relish. And we'll let Daniel have those. And then for my family, we will add in, because Bryant has come to love pickle relish in his as well. Although he was not raised that way, he's come to enjoy it that way. So I'm going to put a big spoonful of the no sugar added. And that was actually probably too much, but it's okay. Now, if I was making these for a party, I'd put it in a bag and squirt it in and make it pretty. This is just for us, a snack for us. So I'm actually just going to fill with a spoon. And I like to give them all an initial filling and then go back and top them off once I get enough in all of them. And then as soon as I get these in the refrigerator, I'm going to grab out a couple of the sausage balls, a meatball, and I'll cut into the fudge. I'll grab one of these and we'll sit down and I will enjoy a snack plate with you guys and we'll talk about the carb count. I am doing net carbs. So we'll discuss that when we get in there. Okay, I'm going to finish this up. I'll see you in just a little bit. I've got the meatballs in the air fryer at 400 along with the sausage balls. I'll send them both probably about 20 minutes at 400 in the air fryer. Let's talk about my contacts just a minute. I asked you guys for advice, but let me tell you, the ladies there did such an amazing job. They showed me the perfect technique. I just never could quite get it, and then I began to panic. So yes, I panicked a little bit. When I got home last night and I tried to get them out, I panicked again, but I got them. So I know I can do it. It's just a matter of getting used to it and so forth. So don't know what's going on with my hair today, but anyway, so I loved them. I think I'm not going to put them in today. I'm supposed to, but my eyes were pretty much traumatized and I was traumatized yesterday. So, but they were very comfortable while in. Like I had no problems with them in. I could see pretty good. I think I'm crisper in my glasses. But that's not the point. The point is not having to wear glasses, and I'm fine. I mean, I could still see beautifully. So, yeah, I don't know. So we'll see. And they're the multifocal, so they're bifocal, but I don't know how that works because I never turned the contact a certain way other than right side. You know, it was not inverted. And but I mean, I didn't worry about what was top, bottom. So I don't know how that works. That just amazes me. But anyway, I could see at a distance and I could see up close. So, okay. So anyway, I will bring you back as soon as the snacks are done, and then we'll sit and talk about carb counts, and I will share with you, we'll do the taste test. So here is our snack plate. Here is the cheeseburger bacon, the bacon cheeseburger meatball. I've got 3 sausage balls. My fudge that I did dip in some of that powdered sugar. It hasn't completely solidified in I did stick it in the freezer. So, and I got 2 deviled eggs. So before we do the taste test, let's talk about carb count. Let's start with the deviled eggs. The only thing here that has a carb is the egg, and 1 egg has 1 carb. So a half a carb each. So I have 1 carb in eggs right here. Now I added up all the net carbs. Net carbs are where you take the total amount of carbs, you minus any fiber, and then you minus any sugar alcohols or erythritol or anything like that to get your net carbs. I've added up all the carbs and everything, came up with, I think it was 44. I got 21 slices, so the carb count is just a 2. I'm just going to give it 2 carbs. So each little piece has 2 carbs. It was just a slightly, not enough to even say it's a half. So 2 carbs here. So got 1 here, 2. So that's a total of 3 right now. The sausage balls, when I added them up, they're less than half of a carb per ball. So just for rounding up sake, we'll say I have a carb and a half of sausage balls. So 1, 2, 3, 4.5. So right here I have half, 4.5. And this is the meatball, the bacon cheeseburger meatball is practically negligible when it comes to carbs. There's hardly any in here at all, not even enough to count. What carbs are in there is a little bit in the cheese, but I didn't add that. I mean, based on all the meatballs, there's very little cheese in them. So I'm saying I have 4.5 to 5 if you want to give the meatball a half. 4.5 to 5 carbs right here. And I would not, like if I was fixing a snack, I would not fix all of this as a snack. This is actually going to serve as my lunch today. So that is a great, great deal when it comes to carbs. So let's give it a taste test. I'm going to actually start with the fudge because that's the one I'm probably the least excited about. Y'all, that's actually pretty good. Once I get out of my mind that it's going to taste like my original fudge, that it doesn't. But, for a sweet treat on keto, when you've been hiding away from sweet treats, that's pretty good. Cottage cheese did the trick. I definitely have to have the extra sugar though. I don't think I would like it without that. All right, let's go for the deviled eggs. I love a deviled egg. I will say the salt came out a little faster than I thought. But I need the electrolytes, so the salt's okay with me. I'm sorry if you can hear me swallowing. That's the downside of wearing a microphone. I apologize. All right, let's try the bacon cheeseburger meatball. That is good. This is all carnivore, so if you're following the carnivore diet, this is good. I will link, I had a napkin. I will link Laura's Spath's video to this down in the description, but this is delicious. Oh, it did have an egg in it. I forgot the egg. But that one egg is dispersed throughout all those meatballs. I still say it's practically 0. That was really good. All right, I saved my favorite for last. Y'all, these are absolutely my favorite. They're actually my favorite now over regular sausage balls. Here's the inside of that meatball. Okay, guys. I know you're tired of hearing me chew. So I'm going to get off here and tell you goodbye. And enjoy the rest of my lunch. And I will see you next time right here on the Farmer and Pastor's Wife, where if the grease is hot enough, you can fry anything. If you enjoyed this video, it's a little different. If you enjoyed it, let me know down in the description. I mean, not down in the description, down in the comments. And let me know. And tell me if you'd like more of this type of thing. So anyway, all right, I will see you guys next time on the Farmer and Pastor's Wife. Remember, if the grease is hot enough, you can fry anything. I think I just said that. Bye, y'all.